about. Trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist. Am I worth anything or just a scout? I don't know.
That was great sounds to watch with Outside on WNHH LP 103.5 FM New Haven. Myself, Preston, with Long Island raised, Elm City made, New England Music Award winner. He is in his sensei mode right now. His name is EZ BlueZ. And you know what time it is. We got the OG Blurred. We got the supervillain to many. We got the superhero to the people that matter. His name is the Great Professor. And if you don't know, now you know. This is three nerds venting, three grown men discussing pop culture, our feelings about. This is our therapy. Every 2 weeks, you get to hear our rants, how we feel about certain things. And please support my PTSD program, because none of these guys like Tobey Maguire instead of me. So I love him. So please support my program.
Forget Tobey Maguire and forget Superman.
Please support my GoFundMe as I do this therapy and this trauma, because I was verbally abused these past 2 episodes because they don't really support the superior Spider-Man in my opinion. And you just and please just fund me.
There ain't no reason to
my
have
cash
any
app
type
is
of
Preston
science.
L. Wilson. Please just fund me any programs and anything I can do just for my supposed quote unquote research, please. And I just support you people. And if not, just please email Harry about any cash payments and everything directed to me only, exclusively, just for my mental process, so I can survive my mental health from these 2 gentlemen. Yes, EZ BlueZ.
So you think that the Spider-Man that has
I know
erectile dysfunction?
I know.
coming out of his
Okay.
wrist-
Whoa, buddy.
You called him the superior Spider-Man. I'm
Buddy.
not gonna let that
You called
slide.
the superior Spider-Man, man.
Buddy.
I'm not
opened
gonna let that
door.
slide.
You
Buddy.
opened that. You crossed that line, bro.
Buddy,
You crossed that line.
buddy,
Dude,
what
he isn't
line
even
did I
top
cross
3.
when I just
He
said
isn't
the
even top
standard?
3.
What line did
You
I
said
cross
superior.
when I
You
said the standard?
superior.
What
Superior.
line? There is
Substandard? Yeah, he is
a
substandard.
comic book series named The Superior Spider-Man. So don't you judge.
And it ain't got nothing to do with him. I can tell you that.
Wow.
He's not even there.
Wow.
He's not even there. He's
Wow.
Not, nope.
You know what I'm just saying?
Nope.
Listen, I'm coming from a good place. I'm just
coming
people,
from his wrist, coming like a nightmare.
I'm speaking from a
I'm going to say something positive
right
about
now.
Tobey Maguire and him being Spider-Man.
Say something positive about the
I'm going to say something very, very positive.
Go right ahead. Yes.
His dynamic with Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus.
Yeah, when he was a scientist, right? When you guys said he wasn't a scientist, when he was doing like scientist stuff with him.
Come on, Molina. Molina was holding. He was carrying the load. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm never going to give him that. Molina was holding the load. He was bringing him coffee and donuts. Don't do that.
Wow.
Anyway.
Wow. Okay.
He was admiring his greatness. Don't do that.
Go get me the errands.
No, but their dynamic was absolutely riveting. That is the best dynamic I've ever seen of Spider-Man with a supervillain or any other. Like it was absolutely amazing.
I see this.
I appreciate that about that. So I will. I believe that
Thank you very much.
The best.
The best
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie.
Thank you.
Second one.
Spider-Man 2 is definitely the best out of the 3. I do agree.
I will
Hands
definitely.
Hands down. Spider-Man 2 is the best out of his trilogy. I agree. Spider-Man 2 is definitely.
Yep. I'll die on that hill because that one was magnificent. It was magnificent.
Every lumping pile of turd has a piece of gold.
Okay, sir.
That's just the way it goes.
So this is a family show.
That's why I use the nice words.
Please
That's why I use the nice words.
This is the superior Spider-Man to that, please.
He did it again.
Please don't do that.
Right.
He did it again.
The fecal matter Spider-Man.
Please.
I'm just going to continue to go the opposite direction. You're going to tell me how superior he is. I'm going to tell you how inferior he is.
I will tell you how amazing he is as Spider-Man.
Yes,
I will tell you that. I will tell you that.
Yes,
that was a shot at Andrew Garfield just now. Did you see that? Did you see that?
That was a shot at
Garfield.
That
was a shot at Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, that was definitely a shot at Andrew. And again,
even Andrew Garfield said himself that Tobey was better.
No, he did not.
He did not. He's not even in the running for Spider-Man anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I just let him. I just let him have those. Come on, don't. No. Coming from him, that wasn't even a compliment. Like,
wow.
Word.
Wow.
I mean, come on.
That's like when Jay-Z told. I'm sorry, when Nas told Jay-Z, even Eminem killed you on your own track.
Yeah,
that wasn't a like, hey, Eminem's elevated. That was really, you let Eminem beat you. I'm just saying.
I mean, if we're being honest, in No Way Home, if Andrew Garfield didn't show up, I don't think anybody would have missed him. Okay, Tobey Maguire, yes, but if he never showed up, and I like him.
I like Andrew Garfield is a good Spider-Man.
I did. He was. Don't come on. I did say good.
I said
he
good.
was an adequate Spider-Man.
I said good.
He was an adequate Spider-Man. But, yeah, that's not a compliment. That's not a compliment for Tobey from him. No.
Wow.
That's
what?
having the highest GPA on the short bus, man.
Right. It's emo Spider-Man, and it's okay. Emo Spider-Man's okay.
Yeah, emo Spider-Man happened.
Yeah, it was okay. We did it.
I'm not counting the third movie. I'm not counting the third movie. I'm excluding the third.
Kickball change.
I'm excluding the third.
Spider-Man's greatest move is a kickball.
The third movie was not his fault.
Jazz hands.
No, it wasn't.
The third movie, I blame Sony Studios. I blame them. I don't blame the director. I don't blame the actor.
Yep. No.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Let's look at it from a full spectrum aspect of it, okay? The best Spider-Man obviously was the one that Marvel had hands with as well. That's why it's the Sony and Disney version of Spider-Man.
Yeah. Okay, but we're talking about
the other two versions.
We're talking about the
hold
one.
on, breathe.
Yes, sir.
Big picture.
Toby.
Toby was also in Sony, who also did the same thing with Andrew Garfield.
Right.
So already they're in the sub period.
Okay.
Sub period.
Yeah.
Okay. Sub period Spider-Man, because they're not part of Marvel Disney. Because that was the best Spider-Man.
Okay.
All right,
I guess.
Now, the only difference between the Garfield one and the Maguire one was the people that starred in it.
Who got the loudest reaction at No Way Home?
That's
don't lie.
Easy. Robert Downey Jr.
No, don't lie. Wow. No Way Home.
Robert Downey Jr.
No. When he was in the movie. I'll wait.
I'll admit. Listen,
I'll wait.
I'll admit.
When the GOAT came out.
When the
GOAT came out.
I was very excited. I was very excited. And it felt really good.
Mm-hmm.
And at the very end, with the last fight.
That's right.
It was like it came full circle for me.
That's
him stopping Tom from taking out the Green Goblin.
That's right.
It couldn't have been anybody else but him to do that.
Talk your talk, sir.
Right. So I appreciated that. Just like
I appreciate
the whole him saving MJ, Garfield saving MJ, that brought that thing full circle.
Yeah, it was redemption.
Patrick Harris is better Spider-Man.
Right. It was brilliantly written. So we needed Tobey Maguire. We needed Andrew Garfield.
Say it again, please.
Drake Bell is a better Spider-Man.
Say we needed who?
We needed Tobey Maguire.
Okay, thank you.
We needed Andrew Garfield to help Tom Holland become a better Spider-Man.
Only because you couldn't incorporate the animated Spider-Man, which were better.
Okay.
Patrick Harris was a better Spider-Man.
We're not talking
animated. No, we're talking who's the better Spider-Man. Are we not? You said who is the superior Spider-Man? So you opened up the entire catalog.
I opened it up. You
did. You said superior.
I opened it up. Yeah, superior. Meaning one.
I'm never going to give you that superior thing. I'm never
not superior, bro.
So
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, again, let's see. Drake Bell
was phenomenal.
Was a better Spider-Man than both.
Sharik Moore is better than Drake Bell.
I'll give that.
Yeah, but Drake Bell was better than Tobey Maguire.
No, he's not.
Yes, he was.
No, he's not.
He was.
Yes, he was.
He kind of was.
No.
The cheesy guitar playing guy from Nickelodeon.
Listen.
Beat out your boy.
If this show was uncensored, I would really go into Drake Bell. If this show was uncensored, I would really go into Drake Bell right now.
No, please don't do that.
If this show was uncensored, I would already be in a lot of trouble.
we can't do that, sir. No, we can't. No, please don't. Please don't. Let's let it go. Let it please. Let it
go. That's why I just want the people to support my mental health right now. Cash at me. Preston L. Wilson, capital L
at free99.com.
Capital P, capital W. Cash at me. I'm starting a GoFundMe account. It's going to be called the Tobey Maguire trauma. If you can just, I'm going to tag the station too, so you know the right account to go to. So you know you can definitely support my mental health.
The
It's
Tobey
very
Maguire
important.
trauma.
Yeah, WNHH.
That's funny because there was a lot of people who had a traumatic response to his.
I'm not gonna lie, there was some trauma when I saw 3. There was a little bit of trauma when I saw 3. There was a lot
of trauma.
There was some trauma when I saw 3 because Venom was done injustice. So,
right? And
in 3, Spider-Man 3,
Spider-Man did the hustle.
And I can tell you where they went wrong with that. Go ahead. Yeah, go.
That hustle is iconic with the memes.
It is.
So it did serve a purpose.
For all the wrong reasons.
Listen.
For all the wrong reasons.
Listen, man. Spider-Man and evil Tobey Maguire is one of the best nerd memes I've seen in the long time.
It's not better than
in a long time.
Tea. Kermit sipping tea.
Talking comic books.
None of my business is the best nerd meme of all time.
That's debatable. For me personally, evil Tobey Maguire fighting different people is the best thing ever. Professor, I'm going to give it to you. I know you wanted to speak on some things.
No, I think it was a monumental misstep because of I felt like they kind of rushed through the whole thing. And you had an incredible bad guy like the Sandman.
Oh yeah, they won.
I did not think they gave it wasn't proper.
Oh yeah,
dude.
Tom Hayden Church played a great job. With Sandman. He was top tier.
Yes,
he was top tier. He really was. And originally he was just going to be the main bad guy because it made sense for everything to be full circle because it connected with Uncle Ben. It connected, with the shooting of him, unfortunately, and it just worked well storyline wise. But then studio money hungry.
I don't think that's what it was. You know what I think it was?
What it was?
It felt like that. It felt like that to me.
Mm-hmm.
2 was such a monumental home run.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right?
Hands down.
Right? They forced it. They pushed it to try to outdo that. And I think that's where they made a mistake. They tried to get Venom in there. They tried to get Harry Osborn's Green Goblin.
That was a waste.
It was a waste. So if you want to cement a legacy, right? You take your time.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't rush it. That's why the MCU's worked because of all the years of the buildup, getting to an end game and Infinity, right?
That's why the Infinity Saga work. I agree.
Yeah, but they instead of doing that, they wanted to rush it. They wanted to rush it and take their time.
It wasn't them.
I mean, and not take their time, and that's where they went wrong because Venom is his own movie and whole setup. Right, but
you can even have him in a whole movie as the symbiote Spider-Man.
Right. So you needed to play that out.
Yeah,
the whole symbiote Spider-Man.
I agree.
To play that out because that, and then there's your tie-in with the Fantastic Four because they were the one that helped him get rid of the symbiote. Right. But no, they rushed it and did it. I'm glad they did it the same way. With the sound, and I'm glad they did it that way. That was
of course.
But the whole Harry Osborn turning into the Green Goblin thing, Waste of time because that was a whole thing that you needed to play out, right?
You could have just teased Harry.
Right.
It could have been teased. Eddie Brock could have been teased.
Right. Yeah. You had to build up the whole dynamic between Eddie Brock and Peter Parker to kind of see, and the whole thing with Spider. You had to play that out a little bit more. You needed time to get all those things, all those pieces put together, and you wasted it. You rushed it and you wasted it.
And it was the wrong actor for Eddie Brock. I like Topher Grace.
Topher Grace
is a great actor.
He's not an Eddie. He's not
Venom. He's not Venom.
And he's not Venom. So
you know whose fault it was, right?
Whose fault?
Tobey Maguire's.
Okay.
He only said,
I'm gonna pretend you didn't
Spider-Man. I'm only spelling Spider-Man for one more film. And the studio went, we've got to throw all of this at this one film. It's Tobey Maguire's fault.
Okay.
It is.
It's Tobey Maguire's fault.
Which then drops him at least to...
That's his fault.
Meh, Spider-Man.
That's his fault.
Is it?
I need.
His fault. Yes,
That's his fault.
Yeah.
That's his fault. That's his fault.
Because I'm telling you now,
100% his fault.
Now, if he had waited, if he
would have waited
out.
Right. He would have waited it out.
If that actually happened. No, that actually happened.
We're putting all the blame on the GOAT now. That's what we're doing. Oh, wow. He went off. He went off. Oh, my goodness. This is the first. He went off.
That was strange.
How was it strange? How was it strange? As soon as I said the GOAT, he went off. This is crazy. This is the first time people in this whole history we have this bi-weekly. Oh, my goodness. This is the first. I think
my entire house lost power for a second.
Oh, just because I said that? Really? Wow.
I think no. I'm dead serious.
but
you got a dog?
He
Cynthia's dog.
Oh, my bad. I forgot. Yeah. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Oh my goodness. As soon as I said dog, you thought Professor.
Yeah, look, no, because Penny just walked in and I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, but I really thinking about the legacy.
Go ahead, yeah.
Thinking about the legacy. If that step was not played, we would have had a 4th movie, a 5th movie, a 6th movie, easily. Easily. Okay. But no, you want to rush. You want to rush.
And it was McGuire that wanted the rush.
Yeah, you get that. You wanted that rush. That's what you get. And
McGuire said, "I'm only doing one more film," and then Raimi dropped out.
Right. And then you get Seabiscuit. So, I'm just saying. Shots fired. Shots fired.
I never saw Seabiscuit. At all.
Good.
I like The Great Gatsby. I had no problem with
You were like one of the 4 people that saw that movie.
I'm not one of the 4 people that saw The Great Gatsby. Come on, man.
Okay.
I am. Wow. Whew.
I read the book. It was okay.
Yeah.
I didn't read the book.
That was all I needed. I
didn't read the book. And what is the other movie that Toby played? I think he played like a villain. He was just like angry. Like I forgot what movie that was. I gotta do my research.
My point exactly.
Wow. I gotta do my research, man. Y'all blaming Toby for all this BS, man. Y'all blaming.
No, seriously, look it up.
Look it up. It's Toby's fault.
Y'all blaming
GOAT. Such a rush. He did not want to do another movie.
It's Toby's fault. They offered him, I believe, to sign on for a 5-picture deal.
Okay.
Yep.
And he refused. And then
it was originally. Remember this? It was originally they were gonna introduce the Sinister Six through him.
Yep.
But he wanted to rush because you had the pieces coming. You had Dr. Octopus.
Yeah, right? you can easily run it back.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you had all these characters that was building up to it. And boom. And then they tried to pull the same thing like the Sinister Six through Garfield and didn't pull the trigger at the end because it was awful. The movies were awful. So, but like I said, it's Toby had this wonderful opportunity. And look, I get it. Superhero movies, especially if you've never been in one and it wasn't really your thing, you just got into it. I get it. And he wanted to be a serious actor. I get that. I appreciate that. But you had this incredible opportunity. You had the world at your fingertips, right? And you could have carried this as long as you wanted to, right? And not be a pop-up in the new Spider-Man's movie. And
which got the biggest cameo.
Don't do that.
Don't do that to yourself. William Dafoe was in that movie.
Thank you. That was the biggest cameo. Like seriously, come
on. William Dafoe was in that
movie.
Alfred Molina was a bigger cameo.
Loudest reaction.
Biggest pop. Tobey Maguire when he came out. And I was in the theater.
Right.
Crowd was screaming.
Right, screaming.
It was great.
Screaming for
it
Toby.
was great.
Really.
It was great.
Yes,
it was
great.
Fact. I can't deny that.
Toby has that positive impact on people. He really does.
I purposely, because I heard the rumors.
Yes.
I purposely stayed away from the trailers and the spoilers and everything purposely. And that was a pure moment for me. It was a pure moment. But
you know the movie's good when you purposely want to just not be on social media.
Oh, yeah.
You know the movie's
good.
You
hope the movie is good.
That's what I did.
You don't know the movie's good. You hope the movie is good. Okay. You hope that and luckily it was. Luckily the movie was. I'm not gonna knock that movie. That movie was a great movie, but that movie was a very, very, very small part. That Toby played.
Small, impactful, powerful, superior part.
We're not talking about your Tinder profile.
He keeps adding these.
No, Tinder's overrated. Don't do the Tinder.
He keeps giving us
it's overrated. Too many catfish on Tinder. Don't do that.
Word.
These incredible adjectives, man, and it's just not working for me, man. It's not.
It's all the extra adjectives. It's just great, and I'm just going to continue to give him the other adjectives because they're fun. But no, and again, look, one, he gets bumped up in the Spider-Man aspect of it because it was a live-action Spider-Man.
That's number one, yes.
And because Randy Savage was in the first movie.
Great. Randy Savage was awesome.
And the best Sam Raimi character in all movies was in it. And the real best part of it, the best actor in the Spider-Man that Raimi did movies, all of them, even ones, whatever Raimi movie gets done, the best actor is Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell was by far the best thing to happen in Spider-Man movies. Don't debate me on this one because this one,
it's accurate.
Yeah, it's accurate.
Don't debate you.
Yeah,
at all.
It's accurate. It's accurate.
It's accurate.
There's no denying it. That is an absolute fact. That's an absolute fact.
An absolute fact is to donate to my Cash App, Preston L. Wilson. My mental health journey is important. Support men's mental health. Support me, mainly me, and do my journey.
I'm going to at Toby
I've been
Maguire
verbally attacked
so
by these two men.
Yeah, we should totally add Toby Maguire.
I'm going to add Toby Maguire.
At Toby Maguire this and tell him I'd love to get Toby Maguire on the show and be like, yo.
Because I think if he knew,
if we get Toby Maguire on the show on WNHHLP 103.5 FM in New Haven, I'm going to personally apologize to him for both of you for what you're going to say to his face. I personally am.
I'm gonna make him cry, so I don't know.
You're not gonna make him cry. He's probably gonna come back with the heat. You seen him against the press?
Word. That's what I'm looking forward to.
You seen that man with his hands?
Yeah,
going at it.
That's amazing.
You seen that?
That's the Spider-Man I wanted to see.
Oh wow.
Oh
wow. Okay.
Oh.
First fight against William Dafoe, he had hands. First fight against William Dafoe. Second
was 97 years old at the time.
Whoa. William Dafoe at 97 can still throw down. That's Mike Tyson level. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, we all saw what happened.
He is so silent. Listen. All you got to do is stage. That was a rigged fight. That was a payday. Because the training videos was entirely different from the actual fight. He got paid. And I guess Jake had to remind Mike during the fight, this is not real, right? And then
that one shot.
You saw it. He was like, bro, remember, he had to bring him back to life. Because Mike Tyson, he gets in his zone. Like once he gets in that killing zone, he's gonna go at it. He had to remind Mike, this is a payday. This is scripted.
Scripted. Don't kill me.
Exactly. That. I'm not denouncing his legacy because Mike Tyson's one of the greatest fighters of all time, but you cannot convince me that wasn't rigged.
Oh, it's absolutely rigged. Because if we're being honest, all he had to do was hit him one time. Yeah. Like for real.
They did the cha-cha slide for 16 minutes.
Jake Paul would have dusted like he got snapped by the Infinity Gauntlet. Okay. All right. So.
Oh, yeah. No, that was the only thing less believable than that fight was Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I'm just saying.
Please put my mental health journey, Preston L. Wilson. GoFundMe. Tobey Maguire Trauma, WNHHLP 103.5 FM. Support Preston Wilson. Support his mental health journey. for being verbally abused. Two men who don't support the superior GOAT. But since we are talking Marvel topics,
he keeps saying
what
superior
is
How?
our thoughts on a post MCU world?
A post MCU world.
Actually, what are our thoughts on the MCU in the future? That's a better way to say this right now, because a lot of good stuff is coming out next year. This is a pre-recorded show, so a lot of stuff is coming out for 2025. We got Daredevil, we got Spider-Man, we got Marvel Zombies. But what do we truly want? Because we're going into the mutant saga, and the quite soon future, pretty much before 2030, we will have dominant X-Men movies coming out. But what do we really want from the MCU going forward? What do we not want? What do we want to just banish? And what do we truly want to keep as fans in the MCU's future? That's a better way to break this down. Easy BlueZ, I'm going to start off with you first. What are your thoughts on this?
My thoughts on this is the same, actually, as I feel with professional wrestling.
Gotcha.
They need to give the reins to the level below them that are still super fans of the source material.
Gotcha.
And they need to let the geeks take control, and you'll get some of the best storylines you're ever going to see.
Okay.
I say it all the time. Look, I can sit here, WWE, if you're paying attention, right? I can write storylines better than you can. Trust me on this. Let me write a storyline. I guarantee you I make you money. Mm-hmm. Just putting it out there. If you're hiring, hire me. Feel free to hire me. Now that you're no longer about your employees.
Yes, sir.
I'd love to be hired. But that's the thing. Let them have control. Let the next tier have control. Do not give it to someone who had a great movie 10 years ago. Give it to that kid who hasn't had that great movie yet. The kid that's still freaking hungry. The kid that's starving to make some crazy and grew up reading this material and lives it and breathes it and feels every aspect of it. Give it to that child and let them have fun. That's what I want to see. I want to see bring fun back to the Marvel universe. Set my piece.
Okay. I'm gonna piggyback off what you just said. I want fun back to the Marvel universe. I think they're already in that aspect as of right now, as what we just saw with Deadpool. But I just want a lot of standalone movies. I don't want any continuality. I don't want anything, just in the same world. I want stuff that's like just for like one specific story, but you don't have to branch off that. For example, that scene in Deadpool and Wolverine where we saw Hulk versus Logan. I thought that was badass. I really want that, but I want that just in its own world, not connecting to any of the characters that you had presented to us in the past. I want it to just be that single particular story. I think they can do that. Just have some one-off films with different characters. If you want to do a Steve Rogers story, you can do it with a different actor, but I don't think it's going to hurt anything what you have presented in front of us. If they focus more on those stories, or if they want to do something brand new with like a little animated feel to it, I think that would be really cool. Not everything has to be connected into the same world. That's what I really want for the future. And even though we are getting a lot of series coming out, I think a lot of less series I want to come out. I don't think they need as much series as they need to anymore, because it's just too much. Too much is overrated, and I think it's too much rushing. What we said earlier in this broadcast, when you rush something, it's not going to be good. So just take your time with these series. Loki is a great example. Loki, I think.
Hopefully, they don't have an actor who has a problem with the contract. I'm just saying.
Okay. Yeah. Get another superior actor, like who I just mentioned earlier in the broadcast, who's going to do justice to the film. But Professor, I want to know your thoughts on this.
Superior.
Superior, sir.
So here's my thoughts on the whole thing. I like what I'm seeing is on the way.
Absolutely.
However,
agreed.
Disney, I'm going to talk directly to you on this.
Let's go. Professors, do what grinds his gears. Let's go.
So Disney, you have this wonderful, wonderful opportunity. Get out of your own pockets, though, and pay the writers, the actual writers of these stories.
Agreed.
you robbed Jim Starlin of the Infinity War, the Infinity Gauntlet, whole thing. You robbed him. You robbed him. Okay, get out of you. You don't have to take things and destroy them like you do. You don't have to. That's not necessary just to get a quick buck. Disney, it's not necessary. You have amazing source material.
Oh yeah.
That a lot of us as fans would love to see adapted the right way so we can see the magic on the screen. What you've done in the past, it was adequate, but it was not right. It was not right. Me as a real fan of the source material, again, I'm going back to the 70s with my fandom, my blurredom. Okay. You had opportunities back then, right? But you didn't want to take chances. Your most bravest chance that you ever took was the Nicholas Hammond Spider-Man. Okay. And you even did him dirty. Okay. The Incredible Hulk was great, but you were taking chances that you didn't have to take. Just follow the material. All right. Your Spider-Man, your Red Brown, we saw how disastrous that first suit was. But you had to take, you said, let's try it. Let's try the real suit. And it worked. But by that point, it's too late. Okay. So honor the writers of these amazing stories. Take them. I would love to see them on the big screen the right way. You don't have to make these changes. It's not necessary. But what you do have to do is you have to pay the writers. Pay these writers. It's okay. We saw what happened with Star Wars. You didn't want to pay the authors of the books, and you created this new world and this new universe and the stuff that, after Return of the Jedi, the books that came after that, George Lucas sanctioned. He said that right? He sanctioned these books. The 9 books that happened right after that, these were amazing stories. It was an incredible universe, right?
But has Disney ever done that, though? Let's be real. Disney has never done it. Disney has stolen and changed, and changed, stolen and changed, stolen and changed.
Because that's what they do.
Right.
That's what they've been doing. Because they don't want to have to pay. Why do you think that Snow White and the Seven Dwarves and all those stories that they created, right? They didn't create.
No.
They took it from material that was free.
Yeah.
All right. So
I think Pixar is the only original material.
Right. They tried to do them dirty.
Yeah, of course they did.
But they stuck by their guns and they said, no, you want our material, you use us and you pay us the right way.
All I'm saying is CEOs have been flying out the door lately.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
But here's my thought. They have this wonderful opportunity now with Daredevil, this Daredevil Born Again. I feel great about it because it feels from what I've seen and what I've heard, it's so close to the source material. I'm rocking with it. What they did with Moon Knight, I was happy.
Oh, same.
I was happy.
Same.
I was happy. They did that right. So yeah, take those chances.
They fine. Even did She-Hulk right. People just didn't like She-Hulk because she's very, very, very limited audience. Like that's the whole thing.
But
she had a crappy villain. She had a crappy villain.
She also, but she was Kathy in the Marvel universe.
Yes. I have no problem with the actress or direction of the character. No, give her a quality villain. You had Gigantica right there. You could have built something off with her. They had that fight in, I think, the second episode. Mm-hmm. That could have been your main villain.
So, and listen, they already introduced Absorbing Man in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., right?
Yeah.
Titania as his girlfriend, right? That was a great opportunity to bridge the gap between those two series.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Right? And bring Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in the MCU the right way. So they had several.
They're still not sure if Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is still the stepchild that only comes to certain holidays.
And it shouldn't be.
Some of it towards the end, though. Some of it towards the end.
Well, yeah, because they were pushing the whole Hydra thing. They were pushing the Hydra thing.
It got wacky
too much. And no, it wasn't a Hydra thing. It was the Inhuman thing. Mm-hmm. They were trying to push.
It was the Inhuman. You're right.
Too much.
That's absolutely correct.
Because they were trying to save that train wreck that they created.
Right.
So that was the mistake. But Disney, You have this wonderful opportunity. You have the Fantastic Four coming. You have if you do Thor 5 right, that's gonna be great. You have Daredevil. You have Midnight Suns. I heard is on the horizon. You have all these wonderful things. You have Secret Wars. You have Secret Wars. Not only do you have Secret Wars 1 as source material, but you have Secret Wars 2. And you have Secret Wars with Battle World with Doom. Okay? As Rabumalal. I want to see that.
Speaking of Doom, what's the best way to introduce him? The limited time they have.
Because they're still kind of in the multiverse thing. Again, I don't see Robert Downey Jr. as Doom long term. Okay, I see him surviving this whole Battle World thing and things getting like back to normal. Because after they defeat him in Battle World, because I heard great things. I heard we might get a Beyonder. We might get a and I heard they casted someone for Owen Reese, the Molecule Man. Okay, so they're putting
talk is Robert Pattinson. Together. That's the big rumor.
Yes, that's
Robert
what I heard.
Pattinson is the big rumor for Molecule Man.
He would be perfect for
he will be perfect for, but I don't know with the whole DC thing. But David Harper is doing stuff with DC as well too. So,
so at the end of the day, bro, money talks, bro. That's really what it comes down to. Like, will they add financial depth to this project? And will they add extra interest? People are going to be interested. Oh my gosh, you mean Batman's playing Molecule Man? I've got to check it out. People are going to freak out like that. Because that's what people are doing. That's what we're programmed to do.
Right, but here's the thing. They have one task.
Yeah.
Pay the authors of these stories.
That is true. That is true.
Get the right stuff in there. That's all you have to do. That's it.
But that's the one thing Disney has never done.
Right. Take a chance, Disney. Take a chance. Because I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. Because let me tell you something. You introducing Grand Admiral Thrawn, right?
Oh yeah.
And I will thank Jon Favreau for bringing Star Wars back. Because I don't know what that lady was doing, but what he's done.
Right.
As he's given us the universe back.
It's Jon Favreau. I think Dave Filoni.
Yes.
I think it's the other one. Yeah.
Yes. You've given us our universe back. Okay. Yeah. Those 3 movies like with Rey. No, thank you. And Finn.
I don't mind them.
I didn't mind them.
I don't mind them. I think they're a lot better than Jar Jar. I think they're a lot better than Jar Jar.
Yeah, but do it again. That's not saying much. You know, that's better than Jar Jar. It's like,
but you had
both of you have a valid argument. Both of you have such a valid argument.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Disney has had opportunities. All right, they had a whole universe laid out for them.
Yeah,
of course. Who wouldn't have liked to have seen Mara Jade as the Emperor's hand?
Oh yeah,
right.
As an assassin, the clone Luke, right, running around doing wild stuff. To see Talon Card, the original owner of the Millennium Falcon, who lost it to Lando Calrissian, right? Who wouldn't have loved to have seen that whole thing go down? And Mara Jade lose her powers after she defeats the clone Luke, fall in love with Luke, and then become a Jedi. Him fully establish the Jedi Academy, all right, and see the twins Ben and Jaina. Who are Han Solo's children. Who wouldn't have loved to have seen that fully played out?
Yep.
That would have been amazing.
And it was such a how do I say this on air? Taint tease. It was such a tease that they gave him Ben's name.
I know. And that was frustrating. Yeah, but I was like, you know what? Let's just give it to him for now. Let's give it to him. But Disney, you have this opportunity, this golden opportunity. Kevin Feige, I'm not letting you off the hook either, sir. You're a fan. You know the source material. You've given us some good stuff, sir. You're the boss. Be the boss.
He has.
You're the boss. Be the boss. You're the boss.
He has bosses. He has bosses. That's the thing.
Let me tell you something.
I think they're back in a good direction.
Well, think about this. At this stage,
the direction right now they're good. Yeah.
At this stage, he hasn't let them down.
Yeah.
They need to just let him be the boss and do what he needs to
do. Yeah. Micromanagement.
Yeah, and I think they learned from that micromanagement, and just with the stuff that we're seeing now is in a good direction. Because when he was being micromanaged, that's when you had, the stuff that we witnessed, the missteps that we seen.
Yeah, no, and I get that, but like I said, Disney, you know what to do. You know what to do.
Yeah.
Just, like I said, get out of your own pockets, and do what's right for the culture, for the fans, the real fans. And I'm not talking about just the blurs and the nerds, and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the people that really, really want this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The moviegoers.
But see, that's the problem, though. And this was the problem with the WWE for the longest time under Vince McMahon. You think when you're at a certain level, you think you are bigger, and you can tell the story better than the listener, better than the one that observes it. It no longer becomes your story when it needs to become their story. And that's what it comes down to is we're still gonna sell this and still gonna make bank with this very less than par version of it. They did it with Star Wars. They've done it with 1.5 million Disney movies. I'm sure Moana 2 is another flaming pile. I haven't seen it yet. And I did say because of course I'm going to see it.
I've heard good things.
Of course I'm going to see it. I'm going to see it because I love the first one. Are you kidding me? The song "You're Welcome," that's like my theme song. My kid says something, I still look at them, I'm like, "You're welcome." You know what I'm saying? So
and I thought about it. I thought about it when the first Avengers movie came out, right? Because there was so many things I was like going through my head as I was walking out of the theater.
Mm-hmm.
I think what they neglected was the idea that the fandom is so much bigger than they expect. Right. So if you're thinking about just getting people in the seats to, that are just basic movie, you want everybody, not just the fans, to be there, right?
Of course, yeah.
You have to respect the idea that the fandom, look at the conventions, the fandom are millions and millions and millions of people. These are the people that are putting those numbers up for you.
And when you make those little changes so you don't have to pay the writers, those little changes that mean so much to the story, those little changes like all of a sudden making spider webs come out of your forearms instead of having the reason to build the web shooters themselves and reason to build
so
the
not
formula
superior
themselves.
On WNHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. Please support my Cash App, Preston L. Wilson. Capital P, capital L, capital W. Please support it for my mental health. Easy Blues continue on WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. 3 nerds venting, 3 grown men discussing and venting our thoughts on pop culture. Go ahead, Easy Blues.
What I'm saying is they start to overlook very important details.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes the stories less than.
Yeah. Agreed. And that's all I'm saying.
Oh, so you agree? Awesome.
No.
Agreed on the loudest reaction at No Way Home that the Superior Goat just came out, and it was like a crowd. It was just so impactful, so emotional.
The crowd was so impactful.
Gonna get past that.
It was amazing. It was amazing, man. You should have been there.
Yeah. It also wasn't that the film that came out during the pandemic, so they couldn't even be a packed audience.
It was packed audience.
How could you be a packed audience?
It was a packed audience. I don't know what theater you've been in, but nobody cares about these guidelines when I get into that movie.
I ain't gonna lie, he ain't lying though.
Hey, no one cared about no guidelines. Mask? What? Mask?
It was packed when I went. I ain't gonna
sit down.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as they had people come in,
everybody was wearing masks and they were ready.
Guidelines, man.
Yeah, everybody was wearing masks and they were ready. I ain't going.
No one cared.
You're right.
No one cared.
Right.
All I have to say, one thing from the theater is that I'm so glad they kept from the pandemic is the extra plexiglass between the urinals. I feel so much more protected now.
Yeah,
so much more protected.
Yeah, I agreed. Valid. That is valid.
Yeah, but that's all I'm saying, Disney.
Pay the writers.
I don't want to have this conversation with you again, Disney. I don't.
Really pay me, man. Preston L. Wilson. That Cash App, bro. Pay me, bro. Support me. That's all I gotta say, bro. Support me, brother. Pay me. 3 Nerds Venting, Preston, Easy Blues, Professor. This is always fun talk. I love this right now. We got a couple minutes left, but I just don't want him to mess Doom up. Doom is one of the classic villains. Regardless if it's a variant or not, I just want him to be introduced the right way. I want him to be introduced in Fantastic Four, maybe a little teaser, something, because I know it's not going to be an origin story.
He's got to be mentioned. He
has to be mentioned.
Even if they just talk about the original crew.
He is integral in that part. Agreed. Like he has to be mentioned.
A huge part of their story.
I have a prediction.
Go.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're going to get our Robert Downey Jr. Doom from.
Absolutely.
That's where we're going to get him from, right? And he's going to be the one. Absolutely. He's going to be the one, because I already heard the Council of Reeds is going to show up.
Oh yeah.
But this is gonna be the one where we get our Doom. That's going to
right.
Where we're going to get the whole Battle World thing from at the very end. That's where we're going to get him from, and he's going to carry through this whole multiverse thing. We're going to make it to the end.
Agreed.
And I'm telling you, at the end of it all, when everything is all fixed and you have the new world, we'll have our Miles Morales. We'll have this is a prediction. We'll have our Miles Morales.
I hope so,
because that's where he came from. Remember, Secret Wars, the new Secret Wars.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have our Miles Morales in here finally.
We should, but I don't think they're going to.
The only reason why I'm predicting it. The only reason why I'm predicting it is because we got to have the showdown. We got to have the showdown between him and the Tom Holland, right? We have to have the showdown between the Anthony Mackie and the Chris Evans Captain America.
Agreed.
We gotta So we gotta fix a lot of things. We have to introduce a lot of things.
Yes, sir.
And this multiverse thing, this whole Secret Wars thing, this is the opportunity. This is our chance, right? So again, if
that's big if,
right? If they do this the right way,
and they're not,
get everything we get the Thor core, so we get our Beta Rebuild finally.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think
we get. They have to.
You are preaching the gospel. You're not saying a bad thing.
Right.
You are preaching the gospel. I think with rights and contracts, and with that third Spider-Verse movie not out, they're not going to release Miles for an Avengers film. Miles makes too much money because I think they're going to give Marvel the chance to use Miles after that trilogy is complete.
You think so?
I know so. Just with Sony, and that's a money character. That's such of a money character. Oh, we're not going to give you our biggest Spider-Man movie character to your Avengers franchise until after. It's frustrating and it's petty in its business. That's how they're going to do it.
But again,
in my opinion,
think about this, Disney. You got your Fantastic Four now. You have your X-Men. You have all the pieces you need for the Secret Wars to be right.
And that's Sony's argument. They're going to be like, you got all these people. Use them. You're not using our boy. You're gonna use our boy after we're done with him.
Look, I ain't gonna say that.
I see it.
I ain't gonna say that. Sony,
they're not going to.
Sony. Now it's your turn, Sony. Let me tell you something, Sony.
Oh, here we go.
Let me tell you something, Sony. I see the petty stuff you've been doing with dropping these Madam Webs and these movies that you knew weren't gonna do anything. I know what you're doing. I get it. You want to keep the license. I get it.
Yo, you know what's the most pettiest, stupidest thing they're doing though?
What's that?
Sinister Six as heroes against Null.
I know. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Why
would you do
wild?
That's wild
behavior. Never
behavior.
in my life.
Sony, we're not. Sony. Why? Think about what you're doing to yourself.
And Null is like God level.
First of all,
God level. You're gonna have him against the Sinister Six defeating him?
Null is right under the Living Tribunal. Him, Lord Chaos, Master Order, the Mistress Death. He is that level, that caliber, right? That What are you doing, Sony? What are you doing? Okay.
It was hard to sleep a little bit when I heard that news.
All right. No, it's fine. Know what? No. Certain people, they have to see.
Come on, man. You can't have Michael Keaton go against Noel.
No.
I hope Keaton said no.
You have to see. You have to see where you go wrong sometimes in order to correct that behavior.
Right.
And realize that you're out of your depth.
What'd you say?
You're out of your depth.
I said I think Keaton is done. I think he's officially retired since after Beetlejuice.
No, he said he said that the right offer comes, he'll still make a movie. Okay. You know, like for a good page, because he still has it in him. He still has that.
You know what? His Adrian Toomes, right? His Adrian Toomes
was good.
It was good. It was great.
It was really good.
It was really. I like they threw the Tinkerer in there and everything. Right. Really I appreciated it. I really appreciated it. He's more of like the Ultimate Universe, like kind of a blend of the Ultimate and the regular.
That's agreeable. Yes.
But he rocked that funky joint. Let me tell you.
He did well.
His Vulture was respectable.
Yeah.
And he felt his story was untold in Spider-Man.
Yes. Yeah. And I can see him. Yeah. I can see him leading Sinister Six. I can see him doing that. All right. I wanted the Green Goblin to run the show like he did, the last go round, in the beginning. But
just before we get off, because we got like a couple minutes with this volume, I'm just gonna end it on this note. There was some talk with Marvel, because like there was like a little fight of what to do for the Spider-Man 4 one. Marvel wanted street level, which I agreed, because they wanted to tie it in with Kingpin, because they have this arc now where Kingpin's going to be the mayor, and so they wanted to get Smythe in there, and they wanted to get different stuff in there like with that too. Go ahead.
That's Disney listening and not rushing.
Yeah, that's what they wanted. That's what they wanted, so they can plan their Sinister Six the right way. That's what they said. We're with you with the Sinister Six, but we want this planned within the Kingpin and Smite.
And then what you're saying is Sony then pulled a Tobey Maguire?
And then I said Sony did not pull a Tobey Maguire. They did not make a superior move and make that decision.
That is the right decision to make.
It's going to be a multi-universe story.
Sign that.
They're not doing it.
I'll co-sign that.
But they're not doing it. They're not doing it. So Sony pulled out. Sony pulled out.
They're not doing it because I guess Sony, they had their way. It's going to be another multiverse story, but Marvel really wanted street level. And supposedly there's a rumor, because they're fighting to get a cameo for Daredevil Born Again with Holland, because Spider-Man is so integral with that mayor story with Kingpin.
Right. Spider-Man and Kingpin's story is besides being well documented, right? In the comics, right? The Kingpin is a Spider-Man villain.
Professor, I'm gonna let you close out, and then we're gonna go to the next line with this.
Right. No, I love what they did with Daredevil and that arc too, because he eventually became a Daredevil villain and stuff, and that's how we got. Because again, the Punisher was a Spider-Man villain. Yeah. So I kind of like the dynamic shift, because Spider-Man did start taking on more in the comic books, more like cosmic level threat stuff, working with the Avengers. And, you know what I mean? So, and he was fighting other threats. So yes, the street level stuff with the Luke Cages and the Misty Knights and the Iron Fist and the more like street level stuff, and with Daredevil, I think that worked. And then having the Kingpin, I want to see the Kingpin arc where he becomes the mayor and Luke Cage, eventually.
That's the direction. That's the direction.
So dope.
That's the direction they want. They want that street level direction, because Vincent D'Onofrio said he signed on for a lot of stuff with them.
That works.
Definitely going to be that mayor arc line. So I guess he's going to be that Thanos of the street level stuff coming on in the foreseeable future, which I think is a good direction.
And that's the direction Spider-Man was going in anyway. After Stark died. Because that's why he made his own suit, and
that's what they wanted to do. And then Sony was like, no, we want multiverse, because multiverse is giving us money, but they don't really understand just, the architecture and the structure when it just comes.
I want to see where it goes. Like I want to see where it goes.
I want to see where it goes.
I think they're going to do the right thing. Honestly, I believe they're going to do the right thing. And listen to Feige.
I got to cut the plug. I'm doing the wrong thing, but we're going to do the right thing for the next volume because we're going to continue on this. Three Nerds Venting, WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. Myself, Easy BlueZ, and OG Blurred. His name is the Professor. We love everybody. We appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you so much.
Wondering what to write about, trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist, am I worth anything or just a scout? I don't know.